Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everybody had a GGD, a great green day in the market. You know I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. First of all, I want to say sorry. I know it's a little late. It's Thursday night instead of Thursday during the day. I kind of overslept, but I wanted to make sure I got the numbers to you because, of course, Wednesday's numbers are still available till 9 o'clock tomorrow, so I might as well make the video. Put Wednesday's out on Thursday, Thursday's out on Friday, and then Friday's out on Saturday. Just be a day after. It won't be that big of a deal. So for today, we are down about $80. For the week, we're up $270. For the month, we're up $180.93. 3-month mark, we're up $3,400, up 11.23%. For the year, we're up $7,700, up 30.74% for the past year. And then all time, even with those big dips that we had in March with the oil issue, and the second Rona drop, we are still up $7,200, up 28.19% since April 13th of 2018. we have $12.79 of buying power. Jumping right into the stocks here. First of all, we have Realty Income, my triple net lease, Dividend aristocrat. So what that means is they are not responsible for what happens to the buildings, the upkeep, or anything like that. They are only responsible for collecting the rent. So that's why I love Realty Income. And they also pay monthly, so that's one of the reasons that they're really big. A lot of retirement portfolios have this stock and have a lot of it because people, when they're not working, need that monthly income. So that's what they're famous for. They even copyright the phrase the monthly dividend stock because they pay every single month. So I have 35 shares of Realty Income, $2,287.60 of market value. Average cost is $55.59. About 7% of the portfolio is in Realty Income. We are down $22.40 today, up $341.80, up 17.57%. We do have a dividend coming in of $4.70. That is not accurate. Next month, we will be getting paid even more, nearly double, because now we have 35 shares. We are only getting paid for 20 shares. Amount per share is 23.5 cents, and our total is $4.70. That will be coming into our account on the 15th of April, so coming here before Friday. So before the end of the week, we will get paid by Realty Income. But next month we will nearly double our payout, so it'll be closer to $9 because we bought more shares. Next we have Coca-Cola, my personal favorite stock. They are worldwide. They are the biggest beverage seller in the world. They have brands like, of course, Coca-Cola, Sprite. They own Powerade, so they have a lot of very famous brands under their umbrella, and I love Coca-Cola. I personally like their pop more than Pepsi, so that's why I own them. And you can buy 2 shares for the price of 1, which dividend-wise I think over time will work out ahead in my favor. We have 22 shares, $1,167.76 of market, market value. Average cost is $51.47. Portfolio diversity, about 3.5% of the portfolios in Coca-Cola. That will be going way up. This is one of those that I want to focus on heavily for the rest of this year since we got WP carry to about the spot where I wanted it. We're down 22 cents today. Total, we're up $35.43, up 3.13% on Coca-Cola. Like I said, this will be one of those one of the bigger holdings in the portfolio. I want this to be about 10 to 12% of the portfolio. And that will mean that we're going to be revving up the amount we're putting towards this stock. Also, Allstate. This is one of my favorite insurance companies. We have 6 shares. They just did a huge, 50% dividend increase, so I do want to pour money into this stock as well. I actually want this to be a bigger holding than Coca-Cola, given that I think it's going to profit me more dividend-wise because they have more room to grow the dividend. And they're in insurance, so I like Coca-Cola a lot, but I want this to have more money allocated to it for now. I just think the growth of the dividend is a lot more aggressive, and it will that will reflect in my overall returns. So 6 shares of Allstate stock, $722.52. Average cost is $105.88. So we're up pretty big on Allstate right now. 2.2% of the portfolio is in Allstate stock, up $7.38, up about 1% today. Total, we're up $87.22, up 13.73% on Allstate. Then we have WP Carey, 100 shares of this REIT. The reason I wanted WP Carey so bad is it's close to Dividend Aristocrat status, and it boosts dividend every quarter, just like Realty Income. So that's why I wanted it. It does pay on the same month as Altria Group, and that the reason that I switched them out was because I wanted more real estate in the portfolio, and I didn't really want to own a declining asset like cigarettes. So it was bugging me. So I switched it out. But we have 110 shares of WP Carey. Market value is $7,858.40. We have an average cost of $70.74. 23, almost 24% of the portfolio is on WP Carey. Today we're down $48.61%. Total, we're up $77, up about 1%, and a dividend coming in of $16.77. Obviously, this does not reflect our current holding amount. I bought it and then sold it and bought it again, so I shouldn't have done that. I should have just bought big on this one. The reason that I bought and sold it was because I had 15 total stocks, and I decided, no, I'm going to cut that down, and I want it to be down to 10. And the reason was I felt like I had too much in the portfolio, and I wanted to really condense down to the stocks that I knew I wanted to put more capital into, and I didn't want to just have holdings that weren't going to get capital allocated aggressively. So that's what I did. I went ahead, I switched it up, I cut down to 10 stocks, and then I decided, you know what, I think that I'm done with Altria. I think it's a great company. It's well run, but dividend-wise, I think WP Carey is actually going to be more fruitful, and I think it's going to give me better returns overall. I'm a bigger bull on real estate than I am on cigarettes because, like I said, it's a declining business. So I wanted more real estate. So I will get paid more the next time WP Carey pays, but for right now, that capital will be allocated towards a stock that pays me next month, which will be Aflac for right now. Then we have AT&T, 169 shares, $5,019.30 of market value. Average cost is $29.70. 15.3% of the portfolios in AT&T, up $11.83 today. Total, we're down 21 cents. We have a dividend coming in of $85.80. Again, dividend is not accurate here. I bought more shares. So if I was good at this, I would have bought the shares before the X date, but I didn't. So I have 4 more shares, which actually adds $2.04 to the dividend. So I have 84 coming to me, but it'll be even more because once I get paid by Altria, which I sold, but the dividend's still coming in, that will be allocated towards AT&T to get me 170 shares, and then the AT&T dividend will be put towards Aflac, as will AbbVie's. Then we have Procter & Gamble. We have 1 share, $135 of market value. Average cost is $136.98, so we're down overall. Good time for me to buy and squeak out a little bit better of an average cost for Procter & Gamble here. 0.41% of the portfolio is in Procter & Gamble. That's low, but again, I want everything to be about 10%. I have 10 stocks, and I want everything to be around the same percentage. We're up 50 cents today, down 138, down 1% on Procter & Gamble. And like I said, just like with Coca-Cola, I do really want Procter & Gamble. I want Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, and Hershey to be pretty big. I want consumer staples to be huge in the portfolio. I want them to at least rival insurance. And insurance is going to be in real estate. So I want it to be one of the big 3 in the portfolio. Because my main sectors are going to be insurance, real estate, and then consumer staples. And so everything's going to have about 10% around that. That's the goal long term. But Procter & Gamble is my favorite consumer staple stock. Coca-Cola is my favorite stock. Like, I like that drink. I like that company. I like the history. But when it comes to diversification across the sector and dominance, Procter & Gamble is my favorite consumer staple stock. So with that being said, let's jump to the next one, which is AbbVie. big pharmaceutical. They're behind Humira. We have 60 shares. Market value is $6,300. Average cost is $72.22. About 19.4% of the portfolio is an AbbVie that will continue to go down as I allocate more capital to other companies. Today we're down $38.40, about 0.5%. Total we're up over $2,000, up 47% on AbbVie. This is one of those that I do want to add more to because it's a great company. I like the dividend growth. It's just overvalued compared to where I bought it at. But honestly, I have 60 shares at the 72.22, so I wouldn't mind adding another, say, 40 and getting that up to like 100 shares. But if I could get it closer to like $80 a share or even $90 a share, I would do that. So I wanted to go down about $16 before I buy it again. Then we have Aflac starting with 36912, my favorite insurance company. I love the duck, love the logo, love Gilbert Gottfried. That's the guy who voices the duck. He's actually the bird in Aladdin as well. We have 102 shares of Aflac, about $5,400 of market value. Average cost is $49.08. We have 16.43% of the portfolio on Aflac. That is high. Like I said, I want everything around 10%, but I'm okay with Aflac being a really high percentage right now, simply because I love the stock so much. This is one of those really big dividend growers. It's the same as WP Carey. It's the same as Allstate. They did a big one. AbbVie did a pretty big upgrade for the dividend last year, and Aflac did a 20% raise. So Aflac did a 50% raise. I believe AbbVie did about a 12% to 15% raise last year, and then Aflac did a 20% raise. So this is one of those that I do want to keep allocating capital, especially if they grow the dividend as aggressively as they are. We're at $59 today. Total, we're up about $390, up 7.72% on Aflac stock. Then we have Hershey. This is my last consumer staple to round out the portfolio. Just love Hershey, love their brands, love their product. Everybody loves chocolate. Everybody consumes it, and they own other brands as well outside of candy. So that's why I wanted it so much. It's one of those that I always had my eye on, but I never really pulled the trigger on it. So now I only have one share, but just like Procter & Gamble, I will be adding more capital to this stock, especially once I think Aflac is overvalued. We have about $160 of market value. Average cost is $159.61. 0.5% of the portfolio is in Hershey, down 63 cents today, down 1.42, down about 1% on Hershey. This will be one of those that over time I will allocate a lot of capital to. Not currently, simply because it's close to the 52-week high at 161, and I want that to go down before I allocate a bunch of capital to it. If I could get this down to like 140, so about $20 off, I would do it. I'd pour a lot of capital into it, just like I did to AbbVie. But I'm gonna wait for that price. I just wanted to get the stock in there so I could watch it more closely and really take advantage when it does drop. Then we have Enbridge. This is my replacement for ExxonMobil because it pays a better dividend for the price. We have 100 shares, $3,700 of market value. Average cost is $36.28. 11.3% of the portfolio is in Enbridge. That will be going way down. Today we are up $36. Total we're up $81.25, up 2.24%. This one I wouldn't mind it actually being below 10%, even closer to 5%. So let's say that Enbridge doesn't get as much of capital allocated to it. That means that stocks like stocks like Aflac or even Coca-Cola or Procter & Gamble, or I could even put the extra 5% towards Hershey stock instead. I do like Enbridge. I will put more capital towards it. I just want consumer staples to be bigger than oil in my portfolio. And that's the end of the portfolio, but of course we do have one stock on the watch list. I added McDonald's just for fun, but Berkshire Hathaway, they are one of my only exceptions. I would add Disney as well for a growth stock, but for the portfolio, I do want to do an annual buy of Berkshire Hathaway. That's my big tradition for the portfolio that I want to start doing. Once work starts coming up, I want to do the annual buy of Berkshire for Christmas. So this year I'll have to buy 3 shares But I do love Berkshire Hathaway. They have a huge insurance arm. They have a phenomenal utility business. And then they own a lot of other great companies, a lot of very, very consistent cash flowers like See's Candy, Geico, and the float with insurance is pretty much free money for them. And then utilities is a consistent money generator as well, because of course people need utilities. So that's the reason why I sold the Alliant Energy, was because they actually own Mid-American, which is the big one of the big utilities in my home state. So that's why I sold Alliant Energy, because they're a utility as well, but I like Berkshire's business better, and I think it's more cash flow heavy than Alliant Energy. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and purchase Berkshire for the insurance arm, the utility, and then of course the businesses and the stock portfolio that they have. They own big companies, cash flowing companies, just like their utility business, but they own Apple, they own Coca-Cola, Bank of America, Kraft Heinz, American Express. Buffett's famous for the stocks that he owns, and he's famous for the returns that he's got very good returns compared to the overall market. They've slowed down as of late because the capital allocation, when you have a bunch of money, it's really hard to get high returns on that capital. But I have a lot of faith in Berkshire, even beyond Buffett and Munger. They have Ted and Todd, who are doing phenomenal with the money that they've been given to allocate. So I think they are going to be great in the future. They are more tech savvy than both Warren and Charlie, and I think that will help Berkshire go to new heights. They already own a lot of Amazon stock. They helped nudge Buffett to buy Apple. They bought Snowflake, the IPO that came out this year. So they just know what they're doing when it comes to newer stocks. Buffett and Munger are kind of an age-old approach. They buy cash flow heavy businesses that don't acquire a lot of capital. They just generate a lot. It doesn't take a lot of money to keep the business running, but they're cash flow positive, and they make gobs and gobs of money. But the new capital allocators that they are getting ready to put in their seats for Charlie and for Warren and Charlie are more accustomed to nowadays investing when it comes to tech stocks. So I think that will be a very positive move for them in the future, just like I think Apple was too. I didn't like IBM as much, but when they switched it for Apple, I was a lot more bullish on the company. And Buffett is more in a capital instead of capital generation, he's more about preserving his capital right now. That's why he got rid of most of the banks. He's not as bullish on them, and he's been buying other companies. So he bought a bunch of pharmaceuticals and stuff like that, which makes me a lot more bullish on Berkshire and makes me want to own them a lot more, because I'm a bigger fan of pharmaceuticals than I am of the banking industry. So with that rant out of the way, sorry, I love Berkshire Hathaway. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, That Dividend Guy. And when you do, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any updates. I post Monday through Friday. Sometimes the videos come out a day late just because of my work schedule. But I'm excited to get this video out for you. And I will have another video today. Was my 3-year anniversary in the stock market. So as you see, since April 13th of 2018, so 2019 was 1 year, 2020 was 2 years, and then 2021 is the 3rd year for me being in the market. So I will do like a happy 3 years on Friday. I'll make that video for Saturday, just to kind of go overall, kind of give you guys my take on starting investing, how I've progressed and how I've grown as an investor over the last year. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll make sure I do the portfolio updates for the last 2 days of the week and get you guys I wanted to do a deep dive on WP Carey, just on their tenant and their structure of their business, because that was the newer stock that I bought. And then I wanted to also do an anniversary video, because those are really important to me as well. So I should have more content coming for you guys on Saturday and Sunday as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with another Robinhood portfolio update. Take care, guys.